This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for being with us this evening.
Our top story tonight, the impact of 2 hurricanes.
For the second time this month, a monster storm is carving a destructive path throughout the Caribbean. Hurricane Maria is barreling past Guadalupe and heading toward the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. Meanwhile, here in the United States, Hurricane Jose is kicking up surf in New Jersey and has even left damage to appear.
Let's get now to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who has the latest track on both storms. Bob?
Yeah, the latest just came in from the National Hurricane Center. We really want to thank Jose. Jose is what's going to save Florida. Jose, being where it is not allowing high pressure to build in, which would cause Maria to head more to the west and possibly put Florida in danger. But since it's been hanging out off the Carolina coast for so long that the high pressure ridge can't build in, and that is a real good sign for us. A real bad sign is that reconnaissance aircraft now indicates the lowest pressure Maria has seen at 916 millibars. On top of that, the winds have gone up to 165, and there's no secondary eye wall replacement taking place right now. So it appears that it's going to make landfall into the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as a Category 5 hurricane, with winds possibly even higher than they are now at 165 miles an hour. Well-defined center. It moved through Dominica last night, and now it is racing off toward the Virgin Islands. Look at that center, well-defined center right there. It's not that wide, but we always kind of look for a secondary eye wall to replace. As it gets so small, it collapses and another one develops. This case, it's not happening quite yet, and that's a bad thing for Puerto Rico, because as it goes through that replacement, it weakens somewhat, but it's not going to weaken, it appears. Top winds now at 165. It's moving to the west-northwest at 10. The pressure's at 916 millibars, and there it is, right into the U.S. Virgin Islands and then to the eastern portion of Puerto Rico, San Juan, right in the way of that Category 5. Once it gets through, it will weaken somewhat due to the mountainous terrain disrupting the flow from Hispaniola. And then notice the bend. That's a result of that high pressure weakening on the western edge, staying away from the Bahamas. Yesterday it was here, the outer portion of that cone of uncertainty. Now it's well to the east of the Bahamas. As it makes its way north, it will weaken as it moves over some cooler waters as a result of Jose. So Jose doing a couple of things, helping out with that storm. Eventually the two may meet. I think what will happen more than likely is Maria will just absorb looks like Jose, as opposed to doing the Fujiwara dance out there where the two storms kind of dance around one another. Well, more in the tropics and our local weather coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. A lot of unanswered questions remain as the Suncoast works to rebuild and recover from Hurricane Irma.
Many are wondering when they'll finally get power or if they qualify for FEMA assistance. Both Florida Power and Light and FEMA have teams in town to help get you those answers. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Roberts Arena to explain where you can find these resources. Jess?
Good evening, Jacqueline and Scott. FEMA crews are spread out all throughout Manatee County. Meanwhile, FPL is staged right here at Roberts Arena in Sarasota. I'm told 95% of people who lost power when Hurricane Irma came through now have had their power restored. But it's the 5% who still don't have electricity that have been coming here asking when they'll get their power back.
Charlie Morris stopped by the FPL staging site for the second time in the last week, checking to see when his family may be out of the dark.
Our power's been out since last Sunday, and we're the only house in our neighborhood that hasn't had power. So it means we're a single outage and we're kind of low on the priority list.
Morris lives in DeSoto Acres, and when you take a drive through the neighborhood, this is what you see. Piles of tree debris, the likely culprits of the lengthy power outages.
We went to a motel, we've been there for 3 days.
FPL expects everyone to have power back by Wednesday, aside from those in the areas struck by a tornado. Morris is hopeful that's the case.
It's nice to have a face to, tell you, yeah, you're still on the list. We haven't forgotten about you yet.
Morris's situation isn't unusual, according to FPL.
It's just the way that our grid is designed, but we're working to try and make sure that everyone is back in service as quickly as possible.
8,700 outages remain, scattered throughout Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte counties. The issue now being large trees and debris that may take hours to clear from the power lines.
So the pole and the lines are in the back of the property, and so accessibility is an issue that we have to try and get to. We're not able to necessarily get our big trucks and cranes and things in order to get back there. Tree trimmers have to be able to get back to the back of the property.
FEMA is also in town. Representatives spread throughout Manatee County, helping register Irma victims for disaster assistance and checking to see if they qualify.
We offer financial assistance to people that were affected by the disaster. If people suffered any damages to their home, they should come here. If they suffered any damage to their personal property, we might be able to help them.
But don't come empty-handed. The folks at FEMA need to see the following: a social security card, proof of address, a description of the damage, your homeowner's insurance information, a phone number, a mailing address, a bank account, and routing numbers.
So far, we've had a little bit of a line going. We're hoping to get more of the word out.
Now, the FPL tent will be set up here at Roberts Arena until every last customer in our area has their power back. Now, as far as FEMA is concerned, they will be throughout Manatee County all week. We have a list of those dates and times of where they'll be on our website, mysuncoast.com. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Jess. One thing FEMA is staying away from during Hurricane Irma and Harvey relief efforts is their temporary trailer shelters. Following Katrina in 2005, FEMA received a backlash for putting storm victims in badly constructed trailers that exposed people to toxic fumes. This time, FEMA administrators say the number of storm-damaged homes exceeds the number of temporary housing units they have available. Instead, FEMA is working with state governments to get people back in their homes quicker.
Another sign of Florida's recovery from Hurricane Irma, tolls will return later this week. State transportation officials say the tolls on all state roads and bridges will be reinstated on Thursday at 12:01 a.m. Those tolls have been suspended to help people evacuate quicker and help with relief efforts. However, there is an exception. Tolls will continue to be suspended on the Homestead extension of Florida's Turnpike to help Monroe County residents.
A follow-up now on the closure of the Venice Fishing Pier. A structural engineer has confirmed that the pier sustained damage during Hurricane Irma. The heavy winds and rain caused the floorboards to expand, and as a result, some of the boards have been shifted. It could be months before the pier is reopened to the public.
The excessive amount of wind and rain causes the stringers, which are the wood decking under the decking, which is made of composite material, to expand and contract as they get wet and dry and wet and dry.
More studies still need to be conducted, but it appears the walkway of the pier will have to be rebuilt.
If you still have a pile of sandbags at your home, Sarasota County is offering some ideas on what you can do with them. The county is recommending that you keep dry sandbags through the end of hurricane season, which is November 30th, because you never know when another strong storm could threaten the area. Now, if the sand is wet or you want to get rid of it, you can spread it through your yard or put it curbside to be picked up on your normal trash days. The county is reminding people that you should not get rid of it by using storm drains, because it can potentially clog those drains and then cause flooding. We have a lot more information about both Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria on our website. You can go to mysuncoast.com for the very latest on the storms and the recovery process.
President Trump's speech to the United Nations today addressed what he sees as the most pressing global concerns, including North Korea, Iran, and ISIS. In some of his comments to the General Assembly, raising eyebrows. ABC's Ariel Reshef is outside the UN with details on President Trump's address.
President of the United States of America.
Today, all eyes trained on President Trump as he made his debut on the world's most prominent diplomatic stage. Trump launching right into his America First vision in a room full of foreign leaders.
As long as I hold this office, I will defend America's interests above all else.
The harshest words reserved for U.S. adversaries. The president blasting the North Korean regime for its defiance and brutality.
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime. The United States is ready, willing, and able, but hopefully this will not be necessary.
And issuing this stunning and ominous warning.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea.
On Iran, the president hinting a major shift could be on the horizon.
The Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the United States has ever entered into. Frankly, that deal is an embarrassment to the United States.
Signaling a possible U.S. withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal, an agreement supported by many key U.S. allies. A speech packed with shock and awe from a president known for being predictably unpredictable.
The president also condemned nations that support international terrorism and called out Syrian President Bashar al-Assad for using chemical weapons against his own people. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, the United Nations.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a more reliable Alzheimer's diagnosis. A blood test is in the works that could help doctors identify patients more accurately.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, it's not all fun and games for Toys R Us. How the company filing for bankruptcy could affect this holiday shopping season.
It's going to be a little bit time consuming and probably a bit tedious, but worlds better than it could have been.
We can rebuild. There's no problem about that. You know, you can put a new roof on a mobile home, you know, or new windows in there. But as long as you have your life, you know, that's all that matters.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Toys R Us, the latest to join a long list of struggling retailers.
That's right. We told you yesterday it would likely happen, and now it is official. The company has filed for bankruptcy protection ahead of the busiest shopping time of the year. ABC's Danya Backus shows us what that means for shoppers.
The largest toy store chain in the U.S.
I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
Now filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection as it struggles with $5 billion in debt and increased online competition. The move comes as retailers head into the busiest shopping time of the year.
Right now, it is do or die for retailers.
Toys R Us isn't the only one struggling. It now joins a list of at least 18 other retailers that have filed for bankruptcy since the beginning of the year. The toy chain, once a major force in retailing in the 1980s and early 90s, started losing shoppers to discounters like Walmart, Target, and Amazon.
The Amazon effect, the fact that people want what they want and they want it now.
By filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, Toys R Us can refinance and stay open while it restructures, a relief for loyal shoppers.
Day after Christmas, every birthday and any special occasion, do good in school, go to Toys R Us.
The company says it's already made some changes, including a web store. It's approximately 1,600 Toys R Us and Babies R Us stores worldwide will continue to operate as usual. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
You love that store. I know my daughter loved it and loves it. I mean, it's still around.
Yeah.
It's just a
dropped
financial challenges.
A lot of change at that store over the years.
Yeah.
Emma. Yeah, went there many times. We're looking at a major Category 5 storm again. Can you believe that? It just amazes me that these storms are so strong so quickly, too. It went from a 1 to a 5 in less than 24 hours. But luckily, it looks like Jose is going to spare us from Maria. It's hard to believe, but yes, that's what's going to happen. We'll show you that in a minute. Van Wezel webcam showing some clouds a little bit occasionally moving through. Some brief showers, too, some sprinkles, if you will. Not a lot of heavy rainfall around. Atmosphere is just a little bit too dry out there to get some widespread rainfall at this point, but still some around. And we'll see our rain chances increasing as we head through this work week, especially on Friday. Unfortunately, football Friday night, we could see some showers and storms around again. You can see that activity scattered about west central Florida right now. Very isolated, to say the least. This one right there near Palmer Ranch earlier, now spreading out toward Turtle Beach. It's raining on Siesta Key a little bit there near Vamo Road and places to the west. That continues to head off to the west-southwest. And one lone shower just north again of Bradenton and north of Ellington. Some activity in Highlands County and one lone shower south of Arcadia. Well, with, again, Jose spinning around here, it's not allowing this high-pressure ridge to build in and cause Maria to stay on a more westerly course and put it toward Florida. Instead, what it's doing is eroding that high-pressure ridge, and that's good news. That'll give it a break, or at least an easy place to break through and head off toward the north. So we'll see that in a little bit. Satellite imagery showing generally fair skies around. Some fair weather cumulus clouds anticipated. A few brief showers not out of the question up until about 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and then things should calm down. Currently at the airport, we have some cloudiness, 88 degrees, and the temperature, dew point temperature at 71. Winds are out of the north-northeast at 6. The pressure 29.91 inches, and that's been pretty steady for the past 3 days now. Tomorrow's forecast does call for a few brief showers, even an isolated thunderstorm. Possible the rain chance at 30% tomorrow afternoon, so coming up just a little bit. Well, in the tropics, all eyes are on Maria, and it has a very well-defined eye at this point. Reconnaissance aircraft indicating that it is a very healthy storm with the pressure continuing to drop over some very warm water there in the northeast Caribbean, just southeast of San Juan. But this is the storm, Hurricane Jose. Thankfully, this is sticking around here. It's causing some problems along the East Coast, but not very windy weather, just some high surf and coastal erosion. Notice how that low just kind of spins around. It does not allow the high pressure to build in, and it looks as though by Sunday it'll be down to just a tropical low or possibly a low pressure system. Now, the storm made landfall in Dominica last night and early this morning. It headed off toward the northwest, and now it's set to move right into Puerto Rico. Spaghetti models continue to show a tightly grouped forecast. That means that's in good agreement. There's no outliers over the next 3-4 days. That means no worries of it shifting and turning off to the west, and looks like pretty much going to be east of the Bahamas for the most part. They're still going to feel some effects there, but not nearly the effects of a direct hit of a Category 5 like the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. It's going to slam in there as a Category 5 right there in the eastern edge, and all along the eastern portion of the Puerto Rico is going to get the Category 5 winds around that core. Once it emerges, it will be a 4 as a result of the mountainous terrain of the Dominican Republic, and then it weakens to a 2 due to some shear located just to the east of the Carolinas as a Category 2. Now, for temperatures around the U.S., it's still hot and 97 degrees. It's still summer. In Dallas at 97, Kansas City at 86, 79, and Toronto 64. In Boston, though, cooler there. Washington at 83. For boaters, winds out of the northeast turning to the north at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature at 84, and the UV index will be high tomorrow at 10. We'll look for a good beach day tomorrow, and looks like even on Thursday. Low tide upcoming 7:49 for Sarasota Bay, and then another at 7:40 tomorrow morning, 7:30 for sunset this evening, 7:18 for sunrise. Partly cloudy skies, a few evening showers, very brief, 74 for a low. Look for a little increase in that activity tomorrow with a 30% chance for showers in the afternoon, a high near 90, and the extended forecast is calling for better chances for showers and storms on Thursday and Friday, and even on Saturday. It turns a little bit windy on Monday and Tuesday as a result of, looks like Maria, but not all that strong. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Now in first alert traffic, there's a crash in South Bradenton. One lane is blocked on US 41 at Orlando Avenue. You may want to avoid that area. It is slowing traffic both directions. Jacqueline?
In health news tonight, there's new hope for more reliable Alzheimer's diagnosis. More than 5 million people in the United States suffer from Alzheimer's, which is the most common form of dementia. Right now, there's only one conclusive test for Alzheimer's, a post-mortem examination of a patient's brain, but that could be changing. According to a study published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, researchers say they've created a blood test that allows them to identify Alzheimer's patients with up to 86% sensitivity. A co-author of the study says the test could not only help with diagnosis, it could help monitor progression and allow doctors to tailor their treatment. And tattoos and piercings are a hot trend among teenagers and young adults, but they are far from risk-free. Now doctors are stepping up. For the first time ever, the American Academy of Pediatrics is offering guidance by warning teens about the two most important dangers linked with getting inked. First, infection is a very real risk that can be minimized by choosing the right parlor and artist. And second, the permanent nature of these body modifications. The guidelines also urge teens considering tattoos and piercings to keep up to date on their shots and avoid these procedures if they're taking any medications. Coming up, a sinkhole swallows part of a Florida house, if it's related to Irma, and what's being done to keep it from expanding. Plus, a fashion trend that will make you do a double take. What's up with these double jeans? Straight ahead.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
A magnitude 7.1 earthquake jolts central Mexico and is caught on camera. The quake shook the Foro TV studio, which was on air at the time. Nearby, some buildings collapsed and the facades of others were cracked. The quake also causing buildings to sway in Mexico City and sent panicked office workers streaming into the streets. But the full extent of the damage is not yet known. But the governor of a central Mexican state says 42 people are dead there. Today's quake happened on the anniversary of a devastating quake in the same area back in 1985. A Central Florida family is safe tonight after a sinkhole opened up beneath them and swallowed part of their house. Officials in Apopka say the hole was still growing after they measured it at 25 feet across and 15 feet deep. Aerial video from the scene shows people trying to save belongings from the home. It's not clear what caused the sinkhole or if it's related to the heavy rains from Irma. No injuries have been reported and the family is now staying with relatives. The same family has lived in that house since 1969 and they remodeled it just 5 years ago.
Well, who knew that stormtroopers liked donuts and cash? This new security video out of a California donut shop shows a man in a Star Wars mask robbing the place. You can see the man pointing a handgun at the clerk. The masked robber got away. Luckily, the clerk was not hurt. And there's a new fashion trend causing a double take. It's called double jeans. Take a look at these pants. They are the creation of London fashion house brand Natasha Zinko. As you can see, it's denim on denim layered waistbands, and it's not cheap. The price tag, a whopping $695. But despite that cost, these double jeans are flying off shelves. Shopbop.com reports their entire shipment is sold out. Certainly an interesting concept there, Scott. Not something I don't think I would wear.
I don't get it. Can't afford it, too.
Me neither.
Man, $700.
I know.
All right.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a controversial new business in downtown Bradenton. A look inside the new medical marijuana dispensary on the Suncoast.
Plus, Mote Marine Lab's multi-million-dollar center struck by Irma. How the storm is impacting its coral reef operations. Next.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $10 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one.
I picked this simple phone.
I use my son's old smartphone.
Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help.
Sometimes. We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service among non-contract wireless providers.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change. Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch to Consumer Cellular. And with our 30-day risk-free guarantee, it's easy. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
The 11 o'clock advisory, the new update now is suggesting that the tornado watch is over, although sometimes tornadoes do occur outside of the watch area.
Stay in for now because first responders still have to assess the area.
As information is coming in, we're just trying to make sure that it gets on air, on digital, and on the phone.
Storm's impact goes well beyond, damage and power outages. It also affects sports.